Hi, Peter. This is my re-recording of my event reflection from the OEN Pub Talk Speed Networking event. I went to this event with Angela. We met there at the Lucky Lab pub. And the first part of it was this woman, Vanessa Van Edwards, who has a TED Talk on how to get people to like you. And what she had to say was very interesting, and I learned a lot of stuff that you would kind of know, but you don't really practice. So one of the things she mentioned in how to speed network effectively is to say things like, is there anything exciting going on in your life? And that kind of spikes people's it's the happiness hormone? Serotonin, I think. One of them. It spikes their serotonin levels in their brain because they're like, ooh, I get to talk about something exciting. It's kind of like saying, I have a gift for you. And they're like, ooh, I wonder what it is. It just kind of is a subconscious way of getting people to associate that positivity with you. They put like a little gold star on their mental note about you when you make them feel happy. And the other really interesting thing that I learned from her, because that was her main point, is like, ask questions to people that make them feel happy. And the other thing was to understand that people are busy and that it's gonna, they don't remember you unless there's that connection. And one of the best ways to have that connection is to have a Me Too moment, where you can say oh, what's your favorite restaurant in Portland? And they'll say, oh, it's, I like to have brunch at the Screen Door. That's my favorite thing to do in Portland in terms of eating. And you can say, oh my gosh, I've been there too. Me too. I love that place. And that relation that forms between the two of you kind of opens doors in terms of their willingness to connect. And just generally being sincere and oh, it was interesting that she said someone asked the question, well, do you want to get to the heavy hitting questions and make people remember you as someone who dives deep, or do you want to ask lighter hearted questions and kind of keep it light and happy? And the speaker, Vanessa Van Edwards, said, what's your personal branding and how does it align with that? So are you a person who wants to be remembered as someone who is able to keep things light and happy? Or are you a person who wants to be remembered as someone who dives deep? Someone who gets to the heart of an issue and cares about things that matter. So that is like the summary of her talk. And then we had a speed networking like trial event. Not like a trial, but like it was a try this out sort of thing. And there was 1 minute for each person to talk, so 2 minutes for each conversation, and we took turns asking each other questions that showed up on the projector screen. So one of them was like, what's something that happened this week that you're excited about? And another thing was like, what's your personal passion project? And I was pretty impressed with how well they worked, but I also think that, that it was kind of a environment set up for success in networking. Like if you're going around like a cafeteria and asking people stuff like that, they're not going to be as willing to connect with you as they would be if you were at an Oregon Entrepreneurship Network speed networking event. Like it's kind of that first week of college effect where everyone's willing to make friends. But I still do see the value of the theory, and I think that my conversations were more successful when I followed her techniques and her advice of like being present and listening and asking questions rather than trying to talk about yourself. And I got a bunch of business cards. I got a bunch of business cards from it. I got like 5 business cards. And I had like 7 speed networking connections. So that was really good. I think the best connection I made was from, oh gosh, I don't remember her name. But it was a woman at a company that is partnered with Burgerville, and I told her, oh, I do vertical farming. Have you heard of it? And she said, actually, my company is partnering with Burgerville, who is trying to do something like that. Let me see if I can pull up the name of the woman before I... oh, gosh. Her name was Valerie... Oh, her name was Veronica Satalich, and she works at the Taylor Group. So I'm gonna try to meet with her when I get back from my trip, because there's a lot of people to meet with, and not a lot of time. That's it. Thanks for listening. One more.